Emma lived in a small village called Willow Creek. It nestled beside Pinewood Forest. The forest was vast and mysterious. Emma loved to explore it. She was a curious girl with a love for adventure. She dreamt of faraway lands and hidden treasures. She spent hours reading books, imagining herself as the heroine of every story. One sunny afternoon, Emma sat by her window reading her favorite book. It was about pirates and buried gold. She longed for an adventure of her own. Little did she know adventure was about to come knocking. The next day, Emma's grandmother asked her to clean the attic. The attic was dark and dusty, filled with forgotten treasures. Emma didn't mind. She loved discovering old things. She started by sorting through boxes, finding old clothes, faded photographs, and antique toys. Then she stumbled upon a wooden chest tucked away in a corner. It was covered in cobwebs and looked ancient. Emma's heart pounded with excitement. She carefully lifted the heavy lid. Inside, beneath layers of yellowed parchment and velvet cloth, lay a rolled-up piece of leather. Emma gently picked it up and unrolled it carefully. It was a map. It was old and faded, drawn on a piece of animal skin. The edges were frayed and the ink had started to blur, but the details were still discernible. It showed strange symbols and winding paths, unlike any map Emma had ever seen before. The symbols seemed to tell a story, one that was waiting to be uncovered. Emma's fingers traced the lines and she realized it was a map of Pinewood Forest. She had spent countless hours exploring the forest, but this map revealed parts she had never known existed. But this map was different. It showed secret trails and hidden markers, trails that seemed to lead to places untouched by time, hidden from the world. At the very center, marked with a red X, was a spot deep within the forest. The X seemed to pulse with a promise of adventure and mystery. Emma's heart skipped a beat. Could this be a treasure map? The thought of hidden treasure sent a thrill through her veins. She examined the map closely and noticed a small inscription near the X. The inscription was faint, almost as if it was meant to be a secret. It read, "Captain James's Legacy." The name sent a shiver down her spine. Captain James. He was a legendary pirate who was said to have hidden his treasure in Pinewood Forest. Stories of his adventures and hidden riches had been passed down through generations. Could this be the map to find it? Emma's mind raced with possibilities. She knew she had to follow the map to uncover the secrets it held. The adventure of a lifetime awaited her in Pinewood Forest. But she also knew the forest was dangerous. She couldn't go unprepared. Emma packed a backpack with essentials. She included a compass, a flashlight, a rope, a notebook, and a pencil. She also packed some sandwiches, apples, and a bottle of water. Emma decided to tell her grandmother about the map. Emma, "Grandma, look what I found! It's a treasure map!" Her grandmother listened with a smile, reminded Emma to be careful, and gave her a warm hug and a lucky charm for her journey. Section 5. Into Pinewood Forest. The next morning, Emma set off into the woods. The forest was alive with sounds. Birds sang in the trees, squirrels chattered from the branches. Emma followed the map carefully. She matched the symbols on the map with landmarks in the forest. She followed winding paths and crossed a babbling brook. She felt like a real explorer. She wasn't scared, not really. She had her map. She had her wits. She also had a thrill in her heart that kept her going. She knew she was on an important mission. Section 6. Whispers of the Past. As Emma ventured deeper, the forest grew darker and denser. The sunlight struggled to reach the forest floor. The air felt heavy with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. She found the first marker indicated on the map. It was an old oak tree with a carving of a ship on its trunk, just like the map showed. Emma felt a surge of excitement. The map was real. She pressed on, her heart pounding with anticipation. The map led her through tangled undergrowth and across rocky streams. Each step brought her closer to Captain James's hidden treasure. Section 7. The Hidden Glade. This is a place of mystery and wonder, a secret spot known to only a few. After hours of walking, the trees started to thin. The dense canopy above began to break apart, allowing slivers of sunlight to pierce through. Emma emerged into a hidden glade bathed in sunlight. The sudden brightness made her squint, but she quickly adjusted, her eyes widening in awe. It was a beautiful clearing. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle hum of bees could be heard. Wildflowers bloomed in a riot of colors. Reds, yellows, and purples painted the landscape, creating a vibrant tapestry that seemed almost too perfect to be real. A small waterfall cascaded down mossy rocks. The sound of the water was soothing, a gentle backdrop to the beauty of the glade. And there, in the center of the glade, lay a sight that made Emma's heart leap. It was as if the glade itself was presenting her with a gift. It was a mound of earth and stones covered with vines and partially hidden by the cascading water. The mound seemed ancient, as if it had been there for centuries waiting to be discovered. This had to be it. This was the spot marked on the map. Emma's heart raced with excitement and anticipation.
"This is it. This has to be the spot," she exclaimed, her voice echoing through the glade.
Emma wasted no time. She felt a surge of energy and determination. She dropped her backpack and ran towards the mound. Her hands trembled with excitement as she reached the ancient pile of earth and stones. She started digging using her hands and a sturdy stick she found nearby. The soil was cool and damp, and each handful she moved brought her closer to her goal. She dug with all her might, her excitement growing with each handful of earth she moved. The anticipation of what lay beneath the surface drove her on, her heart pounding in her chest. Finally, her fingers brushed against something hard. Emma cleared away the remaining dirt and pulled out a small wooden chest. It was bound with iron and had a tarnished lock. This was it, Captain James's treasure chest. Emma struggled to contain her excitement. She fumbled in her backpack for her grandfather's old pocket knife. With a bit of effort, she managed to pry open the lock. The chest creaked open, revealing its contents, but instead of gold coins and jewels, Emma found something else entirely. The chest contained a stack of old journals, a tarnished silver compass, and a beautifully crafted telescope. Emma carefully lifted the journals, their leather covers worn soft with time.
The journals belonged to Captain James. They told tales of his adventures on the high seas, his encounters with exotic cultures, and his love for the sea. He wrote about the beauty he found in the world and the importance of knowledge and understanding. The treasure wasn't gold or jewels, Emma realized. It was Captain James's stories, his experiences, and his wisdom. These were more valuable than any riches. Emma knew she couldn't keep this treasure to herself. She carefully packed everything back into the chest. She decided to take it back to Willow Creek. She wanted to share Captain James's legacy with everyone. She knew the villagers would be just as fascinated by his stories as she was.
When Emma returned to Willow Creek, she was greeted with cheers. The villagers had been worried about her. They were relieved and happy to see her safe. Emma gathered everyone in the village square. She shared her incredible discovery. She read aloud from Captain James's journals. She showed them the beautiful telescope and the intricate compass. S1. Everyone gather around. I have something incredible to share with you.
Wow, this is amazing. Captain James's spirit of adventure and his thirst for knowledge are truly inspiring.
The villagers were captivated by Emma's tale. They listened with wide eyes and open mouths. They were inspired by Captain James's spirit of adventure and his thirst for knowledge. Inspired by Captain James and Emma's adventurous spirit, the villagers decided to create a small museum. They wanted to honor the legacy of Captain James, whose adventures had always been a source of inspiration and wonder for them. It was built to house Captain James's treasures. They displayed the journals, the telescope, and the compass for everyone to see. These items were not just artifacts. They were symbols of courage, exploration, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. The compass, in particular, held a special place in the hearts of the villagers. It was said to have guided Captain James through the most treacherous terrains and uncharted territories. The museum became a hub of learning and inspiration for the village. It was a place where stories of old adventures were told and new dreams were born. Children and adults alike would gather to hear tales of distant lands and brave explorers. It reminded them that adventure could be found in the most unexpected places. The museum was not just a building. It was a beacon of hope and curiosity. It taught them about the importance of history, exploration, and the power of storytelling. The villagers learned that every journey, no matter how small, had the potential to change lives and shape destinies. The power of storytelling became evident as the villagers shared their own experiences and adventures. They realized that their stories were just as important as those of Captain James. And as for Emma, she was no longer just a girl who loved adventure stories. She'd become a true adventurer herself, a hero who had brought a different kind of treasure back to her village, a treasure that enriched their lives and filled them with wonder. Emma's journey had transformed her from a dreamer into a doer. She had faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and discovered the true meaning of bravery. She had become a true adventurer herself, a hero who had brought a different kind of treasure back to her village, a treasure that enriched their lives and filled them with wonder. Emma's story was a testament to the fact that anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, could achieve greatness. Her courage and determination had inspired others to pursue their own dreams and embark on their own adventures. Emma, you have brought a different kind of treasure back to our village, one that enriches our lives and fills us with wonder. Your journey has shown us that the true heart of a hero lies not in the treasures they find, but in the lives they touch and the stories they create. Emma, you have brought a different kind of treasure back to our village, one that enriches our lives and fills us with wonder. Your legacy will live on in the hearts and minds of the villagers, inspiring future generations to seek out their own adventures and create their own stories.